Okay, guys, we're here with some crashing footfalls. My throat is a little bit sore. Made myself some tea, so the first bit of this video will be a bit more soft-spoken, I think. But this is your usual crashing footfalls deck, 8 Cascaders, Shardless Agent, Violent Outburst. You've got your pitch spells and Fury and Force Negation, and your way to interact with your opponent at less than 3 mana. Fire and Ice, Dead Gone, Brazen Borrower, and Bone Crusher Giant. Rounding out is Prismari Command, both good at 2 pitch to Force and Fury. So, hopefully we can find a match relatively quickly as the downtime is just finished and people are starting to come back. A little bit in the ASMR, speech, as I'm trying to get my throat back in action. We'll see what my opponent's on. TSF is a very known E-Tron player, but he's been known to spread his wings recently. We'll see what he is truly on. But I can get a bit of this tea in my throat to make it a bit better. Very hot. Just recently became a tea drinker. I've been enjoying tea very much. Get out this Gemstone Caverns on the draw. I am really debating on whether I want to exile this Ketria Triumph or one of my lands. I think I'm going to exile the Ketria Triumph, even though we lose a little bit of value potentially on setting up our better mana base by casting this on turn 1. And we potentially need to be Bone Crusher Gianting on turn 1. What type of deck they could. Let's throw that out. Get rid of the Ketria Triumph, and let's hope opponent's on. He'll draw Putron for the Chalices. They are on their Drowsy. We do have Prismari Command, so it's not the end of the world. So that's. So far, everyone who's done the exclamation point challenge has spelled challenge wrong at least once, so that's kind of fun. See, I tried matcha green tea and actually tasted ungodly bad to me. Tasted like I was drinking like dirt, almost. But I didn't have any sugar in it. Whereas I tried a teaspoon of sugar. That is the worst possible draw on my deck. We do have Prismari Command. Tried some sugar in this black tea. It's been tasting fairly good so far. Just, steeping it for 3 minutes and then put a teaspoon of sugar. Maybe a tablespoon, not quite sure how much. This time I definitely put a lot. I feel like definitely sweeter than before. It was, I'm going to see if my opponent has TKS. If they TKS, I'll probably kill that, make myself discard. Now, I think I'm going to make myself draw a discard and kill their Mad Reshaper. There. And deal 2 damage and draw 2, discard 2. This deal 2 damage here, and draw 2, discard 2. And let's see what we can do here. Get rid of the 2 lands, I believe. This is mine. Okay. What I'm a bit scared of is them having a Warping Whale, so I'm going to wait a little bit on my Violent Outburst and do it on their turn. And we're also leaving up for the possibility of a Force Negation for ourselves as well, which is nice. Which I will cast if they cast Chalice 0, because they obviously don't have double Chalice 0. There's a Chalice 0. I will cast it, targeting that. Sucks if they like Karn the Great Creator here, because then they can Karn go get the Chalice 0. That's really unfortunate as well. We have Ulamog here. No, it's just Ballista for 5. That hurts as well. Well, that's unfortunate, but they had that combination of cards, but that is life. Another Force Negation. Okay. Well, they can pump this up to a 7/7, possibly even an 8/8 if they draw land, but we can Violent Outburst, make some 4/4s. May have just should have done that on the main phase, because a Warping Whale here would hurt us a lot. Let this resolve. What do they get? That's the real question. They just go get Chalice. They get Chalice, we can Violent Outburst. Have 2/4 attack Karn. They probably block with that, and then I can push Giant it. I think this resolve. Kill Engine would be a bit brutal, but we can possibly beat that. I think I have to let this resolve because I could just die to this Walking Ballista pretty easily if I don't. Which modern deck would you recommend me for 120 person turn in 2 weeks? Do you have any restrictions on the possible decks you could have? Using that Prismatic Man ended up hurting me pretty badly. Well, they had Tron land as well to get some protect. So it's GG's for us. Yep. Their hand seemed really, really bad unless they hit Tron, but they hit Tron, so their hand ended up being very, very good. Unfortunate for us, but the way it goes sometimes. I think I will bring in these. Dead Gone seems pretty poor. I did kind of spew my Prismari command to an extent. Fire Ice, not the biggest fan of that either. Could just cut a Crashing Footfalls. I'm not sure how deep we need to go with having 4 of them. I can build everything. What type of archetype are you, is privy the word I'm looking for? Which archetype are you, used to? Like I must have messed up that game. No. I'll keep this hand. Like to play controller combo if there is one. Then the Waffle Tapa Chalice control deck I think is pretty reasonable to play right now. Definitely get some. I would definitely get some work done on it, like play it a good chunk for. But I think that deck is fairly reasonable to play. That's a good draw for me. But it looks like we can just blood in them on turn 3, which would be good for us. White Spring sees this. Thanks. Yeah. I just realized I need to go get a mountain here. Oof, I messed up pretty badly. I needed to go get forest there. Maybe frick, I messed up. I messed up super badly here. I messed up super, super badly. Well, I kind of deserve to lose this game now at this point, don't I? Still go get a mountain here and just pass the turn. Well, I threw pretty badly. I didn't realize I couldn't just go get a dual land. Next turn, yeah. But my guess is they're on Tron here. They're not on Tron. Not gonna win this game. Though I assume they have a way to counter my Crashing Footfalls. Since Forest. No. Now I'm worried about Karn the Great Creator, but I do have Force of Vigor, so it's not the end of the world. Just Karn. They have a Chalice on their sideboard. Pretty absurd. It's possible. mean, I definitely messed up this game. I think I'm just going to pass here with the intention of brazen borrowing the Karn if they play liquid metal coding here. And then, so let them play coding, target something, and then I brazen borrower here. And then it makes it so that they didn't get a Karn activation, they're not going to be able to play the Karn. And then I can just cast my Violent Outburst, and they wasted 2 mana on this that doesn't do anything. Waste. Definitely can still lose this game now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Double Dismember, wow. Okay. Bit of a predicament now, aren't we? I think we just kind of lose this game at this point. Their hand was super, super weird. But, I mean, we messed up on turn 3. We would have cast the, yeah, I'm just dead to this card. If I would have cast my, um, if I would have fetched correctly, then I would have won that game, I think, pretty easily. So it's kind of my fault. We messed up game 1 too, didn't we? We do game 1, 'cause I'm pretty sure I messed up. Oh yeah, I used this Prismari command, and then like they happened to draw like Tron to make it so like we couldn't, like everything went. I think I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to use the Prismari command, but it felt like things went as wrong as they possibly could have gone in like both games, where I messed up like my fetching in game 2, and then because I didn't for some reason I like completely fudged that I didn't have like green mana past the Blood Moon because I fetched for an island. I didn't fetch for an island, instead I fetched for a forest. I think that game was very very a very very easy win for me. So that's kind of just my fault. That's that's how Magic goes sometimes. Um, we'll go to forest with this. I think that's fine. Yep, Magic is a learning experience sometimes. He can't grab another coding, but he just gets to grab like basically anything, and I can't really interact with him in any reasonable way because I have no cards in my hand that I can cast. So doesn't really matter what I did at that point. I was just dead to the Karn. Oh, I'm not going to drop the league. I guess I didn't say it in there, but I plan on never dropping a league that's like not like O2 or something. What is happening here? Very confused. I guess I'll just slam this main phase. I don't really understand what's happening with 4 colors worth of mana and search for Canto, but see what it is. Like possibly. They just lightning bolt pretty quick. I try. So it does look like it's pretty like that's 5 colors worth of stuff. Attack. We do have a 2-turn clock, and we have Rhinos coming off in the next turn as well. Attack so. I'll let that resolve. I have a feeling I'm going to need to use my force on something more important down the line. But I am very confused about Lightning Bolt Path 5-color deck. With search for, I mean, like I would understand this if this was like the Dryad, Veilous Grove, Brindalite deck. search for his canto, so that really, ticks me off that this is something a little bit different. Worst. That's interesting. Alright, my throat feels a lot better now. It's fine. Okay, that's fine. You have Fury, need be. I think I'm going to on my camera. I was tempted to just do a full Noid stream, just not care about, camera. It does make things a little bit easier for me at times where I'm just like, okay, don't have to worry about appearance, don't have to worry about what I'm looking like, don't have to like look at camera or like the screen or whatever, you know. I really, really don't understand what's happening here at all. I'm incredibly confused. This is incredibly confusing, the type of deck my opponent's playing. It's like 5 color sign of Draco, search for his Canto Stubborn Denial. I don't quite understand. Especially, that's one way to look at it. It's definitely one way to look at it. Each point challenge. Okay, I'm so totally lost here. I'm so totally lost. This definitely does look like a modern league special. I'm just gonna kill the Shine of Draco. I think here. Actually, no. If I kill everything else, I just have lethal. So that seems way better. And bounce this, and then just attack. Attack rate. Yeah. The longest I've ever gone fat free, and besides, from when I was born to like when I was 15, was Blood Moon seems amazing here. And what? Let me see. Okay, going seems awful. Seeing Fire Ice. Let's do that. When was it? It was somewhat recently. I think I went like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was just like very upset a lot of the time. So I stopped doing that. I'm I'm a man who hits usually in the morning, somewhere around like 10 a.m. This is nice. Like gemstone caverns here. Let's go get like island forest in case I draw blood moon. Usually in the morning, and then usually at night. Sometimes I hit a midday, like after the stream, if I'm a little bit stressed out or something. Get some relief of some sort. That's me, Lido, nah, thank you for the ball. I appreciate it. It's the gas fish, though. I don't know about that. I'm incredibly confused. I'm still so confused. You control Well, this makes so Blood Moon does nothing, right? Or am I wrong? It's attic. What? Let's take a look. Rule this let's fine. So whoever comes into play last is the winner. You're correct, since neither ability depends on the other. They're applied in timestamp order, meaning that the first one played has to play first, and the second one played has to play. After the first one played first, the top basic against mountains. It's applied first. Okay. So Blood Moon gets this. I'm just it does. Okay. Thank you, Quiniac, for the prime. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm just gonna look up the ruling to make sure I don't get myself. Well, their deck ceases to function, so that's nice for me. I wonder should I count preliminary 4-0s towards the challenge? What do you guys think? Should I count challenge wins or challenge top eights don't count, but challenge wins or like some PTQ wins or something like that? Does that count towards it? Has to be trophies. Okay. I definitely need to play some prelims, so that may cut into some of my times playing leagues. Although I've just gotten like a new video editing software, I asked like a friend if there's any like good free video editing software, and the software I found looks really really nice. It's like open source, so it's free. And I think I'm just gonna I felt like kind of bad when I'd like record a video or when I'd play Magic, and it's like, oh, I'm not recording for YouTube. It's just like I'm just like spewing. But I think I'm just gonna record like everything and just like go into a video editing software and just like mix it up to not be like bad, and also make my YouTube videos look a bit better. I'll probably do that like next week because I want to put in a lot of time grinding this week. And like maybe at night I'll figure out how to use the software a bit better. Red, red, red. Cycle of the Triumph. That's fine. So, I mean, we'll see how long my inspiration lasts. I got very inspired seeing Spike and Prince, playing a bunch of Magic and doing the trophy race. And I don't want to do the trophy race the same way that they did. I don't want to compete against someone for trophies. I want to just compete against myself because competing against someone else, like, I think there'll just be like some sort of toxicity towards it to an extent. Whereas I think competing against myself, um, I just want to like compete against myself, see if I can do it because I don't think I've ever gotten like above like 12 or 13 trophies in a season. Even like combined, maybe I've gotten like 15, maybe 20 in like my best season. Yeah, so I want to do that. I want to try, see if I can push myself a little bit more. And this tea that I've been drinking has actually helped me a lot just because it just like has caffeine. Like literally, I used to like never drink caffeine or anything like that, and I think the days that I'm streaming, I should just be drinking like tea or some sort of caffeinated beverage to keep me going because I just like fall asleep or like stop talking, just kind of like become apathetic. But I think now that I have like an actual goal that I'm working towards, and like a goal that I'm working towards, plus like some more energy, it'll just make me much more likely to do things. First with the dream dinner, do this and hope it's not hammer time. What was the bug that fixes? Are you talking about sauces bug? Someone already showed a screenshot that uh, they were drawing infinite cards with like Champion of the Dust trigger would just happen infinitely, and never finish. So my guess is the same thing with Glimmer Post. You just gain infinite life and you can never finish the triggers, or like time you out or kill you or something like that. An interesting event. It's an interesting event I saw on Twitter for people who play Magic Arena. I think the way that it's done looks kind of bad, but it's at least somewhat interesting. Does look somewhat interesting if you want a competitive fix in a multi-day tournament. Although I highly doubt they're going to get enough people to do a multi-day tournament. Make it worth it at least. How big the prize pool is. Oh, it's actually free. Doesn't look that bad. He's a little bit confused by my opponent's deck so far. Probably should have done this on their upkeep, but we'll see how it works out for me. Let's show this agent. I'm a little bit confused by what my opponent's deck is. This could just be like Grixis Darcy, like Ragavan deck, and their hand just looks a bit weird. Could be some like blue, white, red Luris deck. Could be a lot of different things. You don't quite know what's happening yet. Tiny to the bottom of stuff. I probably put too much sugar in this, but damn, does it taste good. Sugar in my veins. Alright. So they're basically one for wanting me. Just, filing out first here. Maybe like the in the ice deck? Or just like this? Drowned Catacomb? An Archmage's Charm? I mean, I'm trying to just put it together of decks that I have seen before, rather than it being something like new, because then it can give me an idea of how I'm trying to play. If I'm just saying it's something I've never seen before, then I can't really, sculpt as good of a game plan around it, right? That's tea, it's extra. Yep. Yeah, no, honey's good. I like this container of honey I've had for like a year or two, and I need to get a new one because it's kind of all just become completely stuck and it's like pretty low. Gendrick play those cards? I mean, I have not seen Gendrick's deck before, so I have no like knowledge about it. Unless Gendrick is playing something that I don't quite understand or know. Yeah, I know that. I've done it before, but I'm lazy. Well, I haven't really done anything, so I'm a little bit scared of like some sort of sweeper or something. And if not, I mean, at the end step, I can just double bone crusher them, like put them down at 3. Oh no. Someone cast take heart, and it like turned their guy into like a 300 power creature randomly. That is interesting. I haven't seen that one before. Let's get him with some bone crushers. I hope soon enough that Laris or Bubble will be banned, because I don't really want to play against. I don't really just want to see like Lurrus the Dream being revealed like so often. Pretty boring. I assume they're gonna Archmage Destroy. Yeah, this makes sense. If I draw a land or a red card, I can Fury and probably just win on the spot. Can attack with both, and then they go down to. Or I guess they just stay at 3. I put a Bone Crusher Giant into play. They have to take 2 basically to deal with it. Oh, it's tapped. Never mind. They're just dead on board. Okay, nice. I forgot it's just tapped. They just took it at like. Uh, they're probably dead anyways. I'll give them, they said oops, and I'll give them a frowny face. I mean, if we draw a land or a red card, they're dead anyways, so let's see. First negations. We play both, so I mean, block here, play Bone Crusher Giant is still probably pretty far behind. Which is their Nexus deck. Really not that bad. Endurance is also not too bad for me. I feel like I don't want Dead and Gone's. Pretty irrelevant. Fury seems kind of bad too. I gotta do something like this, put in the Blood Moons, and maybe take out 1 Fire and Ice as well. Fire and Ice doesn't do much. I mean, obviously we're gonna be stuck on like mana to an extent, but we get to play a Flash game a bit better, which I kind of like. I could cut like a Bone Crusher and keep it in a Fire and Ice to play a more Flash game. I'll draw. I'm gonna get rid of this Prismatic Man. Oh, just I don't even know how I missed Dispute. No, you're 100% right, Sauce. I don't know how I don't know how I missed that. I just literally didn't see it in my sideboard. My mind saw that card and they're like, not today, bud. You're not playing that card today. Oh, that's just I do say how I want to play better and get better, but then again, I'm also playing while streaming, and there are many distractions while streaming. Also, tea. It's unfortunate. I wish I just had an ever-flowing chalice of tea, but I'd have to like continually create it. They are playing this. Guess I'll just jam. How are you guys' days going today? I had my stream started late because I had physical therapy. Basically, what I learned is that something is messed up with my neck. Oh, I'm F6ed. I need to not be F6ed. Something's a little bit messed up with my neck because I seem to have like a crink in it like every time I go to my physical therapist. But my shoulder is doing fairly well, so that's very nice. Very happy about that. That's not so bad. May just straight play it out as it kind of puts them in a spot where they need to block. getting this online. Or they have to use some sort of rule spell against it. So. No, my shoulder, like, I was having a problem for like a month or two where I was just like really hard time sleeping because of my shoulder just hurting like during the night. But now I do not have that problem nearly at all anymore. And now it's just kind of my neck a little bit. It's hurting. Which I should probably, I've got some exercises I'm doing to strengthen my neck, but I think it has to do with how I'm sleeping, and it kind of goes in a bad way. It's unlikely for them to not have to chump with this, based off of the spells that are in their deck, but let's see. We'll have to see. And even if they flip this, I mean, they may kill my Bone Crusher Giant or kill a Rhino. Hold your cell. Paper or online. It depends on what you're doing, or what, like, if you plan on playing with them or not. Wow, they really have it. They have a like Thought Scour too. Plus Thought Scour. It's kind of crazy. They're trying to hit it. Maybe I was supposed to endurance my own yard. Response to that, Glenn. Yeah, sleeping on your back. I mean, when I just like lay down on my neck and my back, it feels like really nice. But I find myself, even when I try to do that at night, like I find myself waking up like kind of off to the side, like my neck is kind of like in like this position. I'm like even curled up even more, and it ends up with like my neck afterwards. Even like I remember last time I went to my physical therapist and they did some work on my neck to like stretch it out and like mess with some of the vertebrae and like move it around a bit. It felt like great, and the next day I was just immediately back because of after sleeping. Whereas like throughout the entire day I was feeling like great. Well, 2-1. No trophy potential, but I'll take a 4-1. Wondering when the optimal time to sell chests are, because I know treasure chests should be, yeah, chests are being bought up even more right now as people look for Innistrad cards. I'm assuming it's sometime tonight would be the optimal time to sell, because as you can see, I have 157 chests, and then turn those into hopefully, let's say, 2.5 tickets a piece. We sell them at 2.5 times 157 plus the 30 plus the 305 I have right now. Sell those at like 0.93 a piece. $650 won't be too bad. Actually stopped at chess. I did, yeah. I wanted to actually like. I mean, I have less play points than I want because I kind of did badly in some challenges over the past weekend. I was at like 5,700, like 6,000 nearly. Oh, but okay. That. Um, but yeah, I just kind of want to sell them. I can get tickets. I don't care about Relic. I'm gonna do this to play around Blood Moon. I can go get Forest and then play Mountain next turn. Flat Brocon takes a PP. Yeah, I mean that's what I saw him doing with near the end, where he's just dropping like every league at X and 1. Like that's why when I made my challenge, I really didn't want to do it against someone or like go against like like basically like into the void against some random people because well, I know Spike can afford to do that because he has a very, very large following. I need the ticket sales to keep myself afloat at the moment. be a part of my income and matter, whereas it is nearly completely irrelevant for him. How many tickets he has, I believe, from what he has said. Like he uses it to supplement his paper collection rather than using it to supplement his income. Because if you didn't notice, Spike is now at the very least like a top 5 streamer. He's in there with like Newmont, Caleb D, Hoogland, Prokies. It's like him, probably. Maybe he's even above like Newmont and like in a regular space. I'd say yeah, maybe he's actually just above Newmont straight up. Well, I just straight 3 for 1 my opponents, so that's kind of nice. And actually, maybe it's even a 4 for 1 because I have this left as well. What did he exile for? Hammer of the Garden? Sure. I think I'm just gonna cast Bone Crusher Giant here. List Immense tapped, I think. But yeah, he's it's nice. It's good for me. He also he probably made more money yesterday from like gifted subs and stuff and donos and all that stuff, or at least close to it, than like the amount that he lost from gifting the subs. And it's also like a big investment for the future as well for him. Yeah, he does stuff that I do not like doing, which is brewing basically. They just play Fury just as a double striker, just to like get things going. It obviously sucks if they draw land and then play their own Fury, but it's life. So, oh yeah, I believe it. He puts in the work. He deserves it. Definitely deserves all the success that he has gotten. He puts in the work. But still have like a clock somewhere, some sort. Gifting all the prints is pretty cool of him, I think. I remember he said he was going to gift them to himself, but I think that was pretty cool. Well, let's see. What do I want to do? Raise and borrow this. Attack for 6, put him to 8. I'm going to do this. Plus Prismari Command. It's too much. I'll drop this card to see if I find another Cascade. No, I don't want those cards either. So we put them down to 8. We have a looming threat of another Crashing Footfalls. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's nice. I think it's getting a big boost from that idea. No idea. I don't even know like really what cards are in the set, to be completely honest. Because I find it very hard to believe, since I didn't hear really anything from Twitter or from streams that I've watched or anything, that there are any cards that can relatively change what is going to be happening in Modern because of like how good certain decks are. Like we're living in a Modern right now where rotation happens. It's just rotated by Modern Horizons instead of like slowly changing from other sets decks. Um, do I want Force Negation for any reason? Not too concerned about Blood Moon. Not concerned about Relic Genitus. I think I just want to make the straight switch from Force Negation to Endurance. Just a 3/4 is not bad against their Hammer Garden Lightning Bolt deck. Although Flame Slash, whew, although Flame Slash does get it, it's not as big of a deal. Let's see. I'll keep the same. Same seems reasonable enough to me. I think I'll go get the Triumph here. My fetch land on turn 1. Oh, I still have some tea left. Sweetest part, where all the sugar so ragged. That is problematic. That's a lot. I'm trying to put the not looking at not looking at how many viewers I have thing back on viewers. It's really hard to not look at it because I always love looking at it. I think it'll be better for my mindset, not worry about it. Let's go get the trial. So I was definitely too wrapped up in it. I'll just be bouncing this Ragavan. I'll sure do my turn. Oh, didn't want to just play out Bone Push Giant. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That's it. Rest. I'm just going to play out Bone Crusher plus the Ragavan. I'm going to try and destroy this agent, make them have to have 3 spells to deal with all of our stuff. So my hope at least. Okay, Ragavan again. Sure, that's fine. Sure. Could just wait and Violent Outburst. I think will end up being better for us because it makes it so that they can't really interact with a lot of their sorcerers before damage rule spells, which I'll care about the most, like Flame Slash, Fury. Follow you, Joe 01. I appreciate it. There was I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watched Dota 2, anything like that. The streamer I know named Mason Dota 2, who I watch a lot, and some people would probably call him toxic. I call him entertaining. There's some things that I was talking with my friends, I was like that he does that I think is fairly entertaining, or things that I could steal possibly from his repertoire. I thought would be a nice. That card does nothing. Be kind of a nice addition to the stream. Just make a treasure, actually. Destroy it, make a treasure. Actually, I could destroy it and steal it too. Nah, destroy it and make a treasure seems better. Make a treasure, destroy that. I also have Brazen Borrower. I just have so many ways where that card just is so relevant to me. But he does something that people call the speech, which is he after a game where he doesn't think he's gonna win, or it's a hard fought game. So let's do this actually. Deal 2 damage. Destroy this. and maybe we'll watch one in between the streams. I mean, they're a bit too based, I would say, the speeches, but thinking about trying to spice up the stream in some charismatic way would be, I think, funny. Or like doing a bit of trash talk sometimes. People really do try and keep magic on like the up and up. I'm like, oh, we're all very nice to each other, we're all very sweet, and everyone's going to be very kind to each other at all times. And I think you know there's sometimes there's time for some good banter, and not like in a monotone way, but rather in like a in an impassioned way, I could say. And I think it will add some substance and hopefully to the stream if I can add something in like that. All right, we're 3-1. That's nice. Hmm. And P Tarts is coming out of the woodwork trying to show that apparently why Principe would 4-0 and split a lot of trophies, but it's all in like Spanish or Portuguese, and I can't quite understand it. People that want to see the post hear about it. This is interesting. Just saw it. Did Asmo slash Fruit decks recently? No, I think those decks are largely overrated in the metagame. You got Force Negation plus like Push Giant here plus Fury, so like we have lots of good interaction. That's an interesting post. I do know a lot of people in the past that would go for trophy leaderboards, would split a lot of 4-0s and sometimes even 3-0s, try and split with people, and would do like 0-1 drops and stuff when a lot of the people who would stream or like get deep in the leaderboard, it usually wouldn't do that. We're like near the top but not at the top. Yeah. I mean, when the deck is good, it looks real good. Wow, that's 5-5. That's problematic for me. Oh, 5 slack. Stuffy doll. I don't know about stuffy doll. Seems a little bit much. Being a 5-5 on turn 2 is very problematic for me. It's not the end of the world. We'll have Rhinos down next turn. We will be able to deal with that. Huh. Trying to see where it goes. Okay, we're taking 5. They discarded Bloodbraid Elf. That's interesting. Trying to read if I can find translations. Oh, okay. Lightning. Oh, so they're general. Okay, so they're playing the general deck. I understand that. Stupid, I guess. So we have double blue, double red, double green, etc. Let's do this. Yep. Yep. I mean, when this card is good, it is very good. Problem is, you need to heavily, like, drastically change your deck to have. see our opponents. I mean, it doesn't seem like they have quite good answers in the main deck, just straight up to 4/4s. They may be playing Chalice in the deck. Maybe not because they're playing Lightning Bolt. Not quite sure. I don't think this is quite the aspiring spike deck. Archster, thank you for the sub. Not sure why it just. Actually, wait, that's really weird. My Streamlabs has soft crashed for me. Oh, it's back. All right. That's why I was wondering why it wasn't showing up for me at all. It literally just crashed for a second. Or I didn't crash, it froze, I guess. Soft lock. Thank you, Archster. I appreciate the sub. We'll see if I can get the trophies necessary. I don't think I ever put it in the volume before. I'm gonna try and put it in the volume now. I think because one of the other reasons is I kind of don't have any video games I want to play right now. So putting in volume in modern seems like a good way to do it. Both, grow my stream as well as I want to force negation this. Nah, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna Fury down the Shardless Agents next turn. I just attack with both my Rhinos next turn as well, and then try and Bunkers Giant down Kabu. The attack with this, obviously, I'll just double block. Draw, discard, or discard, draw. Actually, significantly worse. This. I feel like this deck is really good. I just think Rhinos is really good. Every time I play against or play with it, it just seems incredibly solid. Are you gonna bolt a Rhino? First engagement, And then I'll Fury down their Shardless Agents, and I think I'll just cast I'll just cast Push Giant. I mean, the reason I usually don't like playing this deck or against it is because kind of just does the same thing every game, which is very good thing for a deck to do. Being incredibly consistent is always a good thing for most decks. See this? I'll F6 during their turn, and then I'm gonna go P on right back. The T is going through me. Okay, we won. That's nice. Oh, we lost. Never mind. That's not nice. I thought we won. They killed us. That's lame. Oh, let's bring them the Blood Moons. I thought we won. Turns out I was wrong. I'm finding out the dead gods. I came back and I was dead. What are you going to do to me, opponent, out of the side? Well, surely they're going to have some way to beat blood, right? Sand looks pretty bad to me. No rhinos. Sand looks bad too. Just one land. Not enough for me. Look at so just get rid of this. Hopefully they don't have like chalices and stuff. How it goes, no big deal. No big deal to me. Hopefully we can draw a land next turn and we get a just brazen borrow or something. Brazen borrow the chalice back to the hand, I guess. Let's attempt to cast Violent Outburst by drawing a land here. Nope, feels pretty bad. What is the opponent thinking about on my upkeep? Land. That's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. That is fairly unfortunate. What are you gonna do? So we have Rhino. Also, not supposed to brazen borrow a chalice yet. Supposed to do it next turn. Thing is, we're taking a lot of damage here. That sucks a lot. Guess I do have to do this. Hope for the best. I think I'm gonna be dying if I don't. Slam this down. My hope, it's unlikely to happen. My hope is that I can like cheese them out with like a blood moon here, because I think that's the way that I'm winning at this point. It's unlikely. They have loads and loads of cards to get themselves out of the situation. That is true. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be double blocking. I don't really have a choice. I think I have a choice. Yeah, I'm done. Anyways. Yep. Because that's first strike trample, so we can't even double block. Dang. I mean, you only get to 5, game 2. Game 1 was very close. Needed to rip a land off the top to kill me. That's how it goes. 3-2 is not the end of the world. You know, we messed up round 1. I think round 2 was close-ish for how our hand ended up actually lining up. But if you're watching this on YouTube and you like the video at all, make sure to give me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch and Twitter in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.